we're doing this online seminar to present two big projects that we have implemented under the European Solidarity Corps, our achievements and the results. We are going to share the things that we've learned and the things that we've gained through these projects, but more a bit later. First, to introduce ourselves. My name is Eleonora Chrysanthi. I am from Cyprus and I am a project manager at Πολιτιστικό Εργαστήριο Αγίων Ομολογητών. I've been a member since I was a young kid, and I had the opportunity to participate in youth exchanges as a teenager. And then after being too old to participate in youth exchanges, I got into supporting these kind of projects and being a part of behind the scenes until 2019, where I dived deep into the field of project management and volunteer management. And I will pass on the mic to your other host for today.
Hello, everybody. My name is Maria Cucina Maroni. I'm from Italy, and in the past 2 years, I was in Cyprus, first as an ESC volunteer, and then as a project manager. I was for both of the time, I was in Politistico Εργαστήρι Αγίων Ομολογητών in Cyprus. And today, both of us, me and my ex-colleague, we basically will guide you to this journey. Yes, so I hope you will enjoy.
Thank you, Maria. So now there is one more person that we need to introduce. He won't be able to join us for the whole seminar, so we're going to give the mic to him now. He's our colleague, and not only our colleague, he's been our coach since he was there before we got to Πολιτιστικό Εργαστήρι, guiding us through the process. He will introduce himself and also about this title that we will refer to a lot during the seminar, project manager or project management. Alexandre, I'm passing the mic to you.
Hello everyone, from me as well. My name is Alexandros Ioannou Pelletier, and I have been working in Πολιτιστικό Εργαστήρι from January 2018 until 3 months ago. It was one of the best experiences in my life, of course, being involved into youth programs, and specifically these unity programs. The 3-year-long program was something really intense and something really nice and fruitful at the same time. And it's nice that I can see a lot of some of the people that participated into this project being part of this seminar. Unfortunately, as Eleonora said, I have to be in another meeting in 15 minutes, so I will only be quite short. But I have to say that, okay, project management in my own terms and the way that I have experienced it through this project is, of course, being someone that can communicate into different levels, and this is the most important thing, because you have to communicate in a national level in terms of communicating with partner organization, communicating with people that are interested to join the project, and those people, of course, are different ages, so you have to be able to understand the needs of everybody. Communicate with locals, and that's also a very important thing, because it wouldn't be possible to achieve a project if we couldn't have the support of the local community, even if that was a school, if that was a priest, if that was the people living in the villages that we had the projects performing there. Moreover, of course, you communicate to the national agency, which is a public, semi-public authority. You speak with the municipality if you have to, and so on and so forth. So you have to speak with all these different people. So being communicative is one very important skill of project management. Being empathetic is one of the things that I have learned also from my coach Panayotis, but also is something that is one of the most important things of project management, and to understand to whom you're working and understand their different needs. Being able to plan, whether that is plan for the next steps, what's going to happen in the project, put this down and communicate it to the others, of course, so everybody knows where this vehicle is going. I don't know if I forgot anything else, but for sure, the way I experience it, those are the most important things. And nevertheless, having people working with you, like in this case, I was working with Eleonora and Maria, is one of the most important, because you always support each other, and of course you cannot do everything, and having a team that can support you and you can support at the same time is one of the most significant things, I think, in project management. Yes, Eleonora, shall I, any questions maybe? Anybody wants to add anything? No?
I think you've made the perfect introduction because we will be referring to a lot to the projects that we've implemented and our role and what we have gained. So I think you've made the perfect introduction regarding what was needed and how we were working, at least the basics. As you said, there's a lot of things implied in this. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're so very glad
Thank you so
to have
much.
you.
Too sad to say goodbye.
I know.
Sad to say goodbye, but enjoy the seminar.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Coach.
I'll stick for a while, okay, until I go.
Of course. Welcome to anyone who has joined us now. We've been introducing ourselves, and now we're going to dive into the topics of this seminar. For that, I will be also sharing my screen. If you just give me 2 seconds. Yes. Okay. Then I have to, okay, I have to slide. Perfect. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, I guess, great. Yes. Yeah.
So as we've mentioned already, the purpose of this seminar is to present and celebrate the ESC program, and more specifically the projects that we have done for the last 3 years. But when I say we, I mean Πολιτιστικό Εργαστήρι Αγιών Ομολογητών, which I will briefly present in a moment. We will also see very briefly, in a nutshell, the ESC program, the European Solidarity Corps program, and then we will dive into the 2 projects, the MVP project and the Unity IOS project. We also are very happy to be joined by volunteers who we hope they will share a few words about their experiences, as well as a teacher from one of the schools that hosted volunteers. So I think most of you know about Πολιτιστικό Εργαστήρι Αγιών Ομολογητών. It was founded in 1999. It's based in a neighborhood called Agio Omologites. We are active locally, nationally, internationally, in different kind of activities, our cultural activities, like festivals, seminars, workshops, performances around traditional music and traditional dance, theater workshops, film seminars and festivals, as well as educational programs, Eftalia's Mansion and Let Me Tell You a Story. And of course, the European programs, hosting volunteers for many years now under EVS and then under ESC. and also coordinating and also participating in other trainings and seminars internationally. And a new kind of activity, let's say, we are announcing Cafe Topetali, which you can find in the third link on your screen. In general, these links will guide you to our official website, to our Instagram pages, our Facebook pages, and our YouTube channel, where you can find information about all of these activities that I've mentioned in detail, in videos, in photos. So go ahead. I think we are all familiar here. I will pass on the mic to, okay, why is it not, okay, to Maria.
Yes. Okay, I will briefly introduce the meaning of ESC. Of course, most of you know already what ESC is, but I will just explain a bit. So, the European Solidarity Corps is a program funded by the European Commission, and the target group is young people between 18 and 30 years old. The program offers the opportunity to be involved and to have an impact on the community at the level and international, at the local and in the international level. And also, young people gain key competences as social and personal learning, expression and multilingual competences, and much more, cultural awareness, and much more. And there are 3 branches of the program. We have volunteering, traineeship and jobs, and local solidarity projects. The duration of the ESC experience is up to 12 months. So which means that if you want to join a volunteering experience, let's say, you can choose between short term, which usually are up to 2 to 3 months, or individual projects, which can be until 12 months. And in case you choose to do one individual project, you can do just one and not more. Instead, you can do a lot of short terms, but always up to 12 months. So I hope this is clear, just in case some of you are still interested to join one of the projects, because I mean, it's one amazing experience and that you can do once in a life, you know. So yeah, I guess that's it. Then I will try briefly to explain what is our project. In the past year, I was involved in the MVP project, which is under traineeship and jobs. And our project, in this project I was with Eleonora, was focused on enhancing the quality of volunteering management and cultivating the solidarity values. And the aim of the project was to offer a job to young individuals with a special interest in volunteering and project management, and to give value to the youth work field in Cyprus, which, as maybe you don't know, but it's not really value. And so with this project, we hope that this kind of work as a project manager in this kind of field will gain much more notice, let's say. So, yeah, and personally, I have to say that this project was one of the best things that happens in my life, because I studied economic and management when I was in Italy, and I always wanted to do something for the community and also travel abroad. And this project gave me all of this. Basically, gave me the opportunity to learn. Before I was a volunteer, and in this case, I was seeing things from a different point of view. Because when you are a volunteer, you see the final package. So you don't see exactly what happened behind the backstage, you know. Instead, when I became a project manager, I was able to see all the little details. For example, I was able to see the application before the project. Then you know there are a lot of phases as you go through the recruitment part, and before that you have to contact partners and try to create a trust between your organization and the other organization, and after that you have to gain trust between the organization and the volunteer. And then you prepare everything before they are coming, and then you are there with them, and then you live the experience with them, but always with a different mindset, because you are there to support them, to improve their project, and to make sure that they're happy, they are satisfied as much as possible. So I will say that this project helped me to be more aware about European projects, about the European program, and the volunteering itself. What is actually this volunteering, and what is actually supporting volunteers through this beautiful experience. And now I think I said everything more or less. So I will pass the microphone to Elena.
Thank you, Maria.
Oh.
So I was also a part of the MVP project, this ESC traineeship and jobs project, as a project manager. We've been doing a lot of things as project managers, and we had focus on volunteering projects, but we were also focused on enhancing our expertise and our knowledge. And one of the greatest opportunities that this field and this project offered is participating in trainings and seminars, webinars or conferences, where you could learn something new or go deeper into a certain topic and cultivate your knowledge and your skills. How we have been doing that is by taking whatever opportunity came our way, because there are fortunately quite many opportunities to participate in such educational activities. But one of the most significant activities that are sticking out have been 2 trainings that we coordinated as an organization, but we also had the opportunity to experience as participants. These trainings were under the Erasmus program, Erasmus Plus program. It was Kingdom of Volunteering and Volume, these 2 separate projects. They brought together people and peers where we could exchange ideas, exchange good practices, exchange new ideas and get inspired and share your struggles and discuss how things can improve. So one of the one of the most fruitful and helpful things coming out of this whole experience was these kind of trainings and seminars that helped our personal development in many aspects. So I wanted to focus on that because it's not all about, we may talk a lot about the volunteering projects, but there's also a lot going on at the same time, which help us to be better when managing volunteering projects, because both of those projects that I said, Kingdom and Volume, they focused on certain aspects that we need to deal with when managing volunteers. Another thing that was most standing out for me personally was the contact with all the young people that we had. So we're privileged to meet lots of people, which can be challenging, but as cliche as it may sound, it's most of all a new point of view, which can broaden your horizons. And I know how cliche that may sound, but it's actually indeed true. So one of the greatest things of being involved in this field is meeting new people, either they're young volunteers or other peers who you've met in a training, and this intercultural exchange that can really make an impact on you. Not only learning about other cultures and maybe learning more about your own culture, because you need to share, and you can't do that if you don't know about your own culture, but also about learning and also learning about other individuals' stories, which can be impactful and inspiring. This motivated me to encourage and empower other young people who are not within this scope of field to get into it. There is unfortunately not a lot of awareness in Cyprus about these kind of opportunities and these European projects going on, that they can travel abroad, they can volunteer, they can find jobs. So observing all of these through the last few years has been my kind of weapon, let's say, to encourage other people to find out about these opportunities and take advantage of them and raise awareness and promote them wholeheartedly and with all honesty, because I can see firsthand their impact on me and on other people. So yes, that's one of the things. And also working with people can be challenging, as I said before, but it also pushes you to develop your skills, mainly in communication and problem solving, and the way you're going to do this. So non-formal methods and tools to use when working with young volunteers, to listen and receive their feedback, to guide them in their learning process, to support them emotionally, to keep their motivation up, to resolve conflict or other kind of issues, to build bonds and empower them to work on their team, to encourage them to be creative. To be able to do all of these, I had to challenge myself to find ways to do this, creative ways, and mainly based on communication, which can be, again, hard when you have these different kind of backgrounds and different cultures all coming together. So this was about my experiences and what stood out for me. And now I think we can move on to present the other projects that during Maria and I's MVP project, we focused primarily on the Unity iOS project. If my PowerPoint will work in 1 second, I'm sorry. Is it working? Okay. So being part of the MVP project, managing volunteering projects, we focused on the coordination and implementation of the Unity iOS project, again, under the European Solidarity Corps, but under the volunteering branch. Our project was under the traineeships and jobs branch. So Unity iOS stands for Unity of Interest, Objectives, and Standards, or otherwise Unity Intelligent Operating System. This was a 3-year volunteering partnership. It was basically an umbrella program made up from various volunteering activities to which I will come to shortly. The intention was to cultivate the feeling of creating common interests, aiming to common objectives, and seeking high standard quality in these objectives. We try to promote solidarity and cultivate a culture of solidarity and volunteering, and at the same time give the opportunity to young people travel to Cyprus, have an experience to work with the local community here in Cyprus, develop their skills, cultivate their expertise and knowledge, and make new friendships. So the Unity project was made up from like 4 main activities. The first one is education volunteers, where the main aim was to support school structures by organizing formal and non-formal educational activities. So the volunteers would be working together with the teachers and the students of the school to support in any kind of way needed. This happened in primary schools of Valley, Palechori, and Lefkosia. And for the last year, it also happened in the English school. I think we have volunteers now in this seminar from this project, and we would love to hear in the end from them. We also have volunteers in this, ex-volunteers now, watching this seminar from the Volunteer Expertise Project, like Maria was. Their role was to support the actual organization when implementing and managing the European projects, while themselves learned about volunteer management and about project management, cultivating those skills. And then we had Worldwide Village, which was also implemented way before Unity. It's a project where volunteers, a team of volunteers, visit rural areas, so such as Lissos or Yaya, villages in Pedulas and Bitsilla, to work with the locals, help them collect the crop and the fruit, and complete all these kind of tasks that maybe the locals can no longer do by themselves. And in return, they would get to collaborate with the locals, learn from them, learn about produce and how to make certain produce, learn Greek, and just experience the island life for a short while. And then we had Turtle Run and Nature Rush, two activities that were linked with the state's forest department and the Department of Fisheries and Marine Life. Again, it was an environmental themed project, aiming to support the local community of rural areas and raise awareness about certain thematics, and of course about the European programs in general. In the end, the total calculation. So in the end, we had a total of 23 volunteering activities implemented. 16 of them were long-term, so from 5 months and over, and 7 of them were short-term. And in total, we have hosted in Cyprus a number of approximately 134 volunteers, which is why we're here now today, celebrating this success, this achievement, which has been very important to us. Yeah, but enough from me and Maria. I think we can hear more about it from people who were also involved in the implementation of these projects. Sorry, okay. I will stop sharing my screen for a moment, if you will allow me. Did it stop? Yes? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I will share a new screen, a slideshow of photos documenting many moments from these last 3 years and these volunteering activities. And I will invite first Eleni Angelidi. She is a teacher in Agios Antonios Primary School. She has been one of the many teachers involved in these projects, hosting volunteers at school. Eleni, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening from me.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. We would love to hear from you, whatever you have to share about your experience. And in the meantime, I will be sharing some photos, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course, very interesting, yes. I will explain what we did at our school. I am in a school in Lefkosia, and our school is, I can say it's a multicultural school because we have children from different cultures, the majority of the children. So the children speak English as well. So in our school, we had 2 volunteers from September since the end of January. So both of them were involved to the school from the first day. They were very helpful to the teachers, to the children, and these make them from both sides was very nice, the relation that we built it. I can say we embraced them, but they were very helpful to the school. And at the end of the program, we were all very emotional having them go. In September, they started visiting all the classes at the beginning during the English lesson, just to get to know with the children. And the children were asking questions why they are here in Cyprus and why they are at our school. So they just started to know about volunteering work. And also they ask about their countries and what difference they see from Cyprus as far as they got to know about the schools in their countries, and a lot of details about cultures of the countries they come from. And then after, we started making a program for them, and they were coming to the English lesson in specific classes that we knew that there were children that were feeling that confident with the English language, so they could help them during the English lesson. And that was something that the children like. Also, they involved in year 1. They helped the children during the Greek language and the maths lesson. They were sitting with children that they had a little bit of concentration problems or following the teacher. So these helped the the volunteers as well to learn a little bit of Greek language. And also by the end of the program, they learned to read Greek. And it was very, very nice because they could communicate more during the break time with the children as well. They were also helping for putting up boards in the school. They made a project for year 5 and 6 with different stations for letting children year 5 and 6 getting to know about Europe and different countries. Also, they came to, during Christmas, before Christmas holidays, they came to speak about Christmas customs in their own countries. And they were very interested because they were coming from countries that they have snow and it's Santa's village, and that was very interesting for the children. Also, before they left, they had we had a mascot that they gave a name with the help of the children. And this mascot is traveling with some of the volunteers' friends to different countries. So this mascot is still traveling, and they get the children get information about different countries in Europe through the traveling of this mascot, because they send us photos and we make a board with trips that this mascot is making. They painted games outside in the playground, which it was very nice because we make more brightful colors in the playground. So they like to play with these games, the children. And it was a very nice sorry, it was very valuable having them, because everyone, all our school staff and pupils felt that they gained from these girls, and also the girls gained from us as well. And we all learn about volunteering purpose, different cultures. This is from me. I don't know if you want me to say something else.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your testimonial. It was very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We actually have Siri, I think, who was actually one of the volunteers you were referring to, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we had.
Thank you so much for sharing. Maybe we can hear something from Siri as well. Yes. From all of these activities that Eleni has described, your help to the school has been tremendous, but how did it impact you and your personal development?
Hi, can you hear me? Okay, I guess my
Hello,
mic.
Siri.
Hi. Good to see you all, and thank you, Eleni, for your words.
Hi, Siri. I'm glad seeing you.
Actually, Eleonora sent me some questions to think about beforehand. Eleonora, do you think that I need to answer these questions now?
I mean, no, but seeing that Eleni made a recap of in different ways that you helped at the school, doing all of this, what was the impact on you?
Well, I think the biggest impact was it was kind of confident, a confidence booster, let me say. Like, I'm already graduated from university and I was working as a special education teacher in Finland 2 years, like full-time working. And like this volunteering was something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to do something different. And it was so good to see how can I use the skills that I already knew in Finland and I was using in Finland, how can I transfer these skills to the different country, different environment, different language. So for me, it was really interesting to work there. And I don't know, I felt from the beginning that I was really welcomed from the school. And I felt that I learned a lot, like even if I'm graduated and I felt that I know many things, and I still learned a lot. And not only from the school, but not like also how I like to be as a teacher, how I like to be as a friend or a worker or whatever I was doing in my volunteering process. And also it was kind of like final confirmation to me that I can work abroad and use my skills, and I can teach or I can do workshops or I can plan the things and make them into the reality. So it was really important to me. And I was told many times before I left Finland that, oh, that you go to Cyprus and you're going to volunteer. Like, why? And my friends told me that the volunteering is something like good experience. It's like experience and this is my career, like they are separated. And especially now I tell them that no, they are not separated, they are like connected, because this volunteering is really important part of my like personal growing and my career. But it was something that I think I didn't expect, that those are like connected, not separated. So yeah, quite big impact actually.
Yes, indeed. And we are very glad that this was a great experience for you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you so much.
I have been informed that the slideshow was not working earlier, and I'm sorry about that. I can still put it on, but we would also like to hear from other volunteers that are here right now, if they wish to say a few more words. I can see Francesco, I can see Ayla. I don't know if any one of you would like to share a few words about your experiences.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Francesco.
Yeah. Yeah, because if not, they are going to lock me inside the office.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Okay.
Are you going to turn your camera on,
Well,
or
yes.
shall I share a few photos while you talk?
And maybe yes, try to share some photo in the meantime so he can prepare himself.
Okay.
I'll try.
Here I am.
Okay, Francesco is here.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to see familiar faces. And well, I'm Francesco, as you can see my name. And I was a volunteer, ESC volunteer in Cyprus from the summer of 2020 until March 2021. And I was part of the volunteer expertise project. So basically, as you said before, I was supporting the staff in the project management. So I learned a lot about the Erasmus Plus program, ESC program, all the useful tools that we use for our work. And from the other side, I learned a lot about non-formal education and the coordination of volunteers. So we managed to gather different groups of young people coming to Cyprus. And for me, it was an amazing experience. And first of all, because of Cyprus Island, I really enjoyed it, even if it was a bit difficult because I arrived in the middle of the pandemic. And I was really fascinated by the history of Cyprus. And then I met a lot of friends. And even after the project was finished, I visited this the last summer and this winter. I visited other volunteers around Europe, and it was really nice to see them again. And well, and also it was useful for my, let's say, working career. In fact, since last April, I'm working with Joint, Associazione Joint, that is based in Milan. And we are working in the field of ESC volunteering and Erasmus Plus program, international volunteering. And actually, we are colleagues. And I'm so happy for that. This summer, we sent one Italian volunteer for your project, Worldwide Village, and he was really happy. And also currently we are hosting one Cypriot, Eleni, and she's also happy to be here. And so I'm very happy for this, that we are still working together. And well, actually, I'm planning to visit you. This is a little spoiler. Maybe for
when do you want to come?
In April, and yeah. And so that's it from my side. And thank you again for everything. And
thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for sharing, and we're so glad that you're continuing on this field, and we are working together.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much
again.
I don't know if but I guess I'll leave her if she wants to talk. Don't want to pressure.
We have her.
Hey guys.
Hello.
How are you doing?
It's so nice to see you.
I'm still in my sport outfit because I just came from running and now I joined the meeting and everything.
That's okay.
Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see you again and to hear you talking again. And yeah, about my experience in Cyprus, it was I think one of the best experiences I had in my life. It was the best choice I made so far because it really gave me a lot. It gave me, I don't know, it was, I was in Cyprus from February 2020 till August, I think. And I started to work in the school project in Ios Kasianos. But due to the pandemic, we didn't have the opportunity to spend much time in school because everything was closed. But even in the short time, it was very nice to meet all these children, to work with them, and especially also to live with so many people from other countries, to meet new friends, and this was a really great experience. So yeah.
It was particularly hard for you because you came at the same time with Maria and the lockdown happened, so it quite affected your experience. Exactly. I just wanted to ask, after experiencing all this, how do you understand the term solidarity and the term volunteering?
I think volunteering is a lot about self-initiative, how much you give yourself or give something of yourself into this project. And I must say it was very difficult for me because it's not so easy to arrive in a new area, to arrive at a place where you don't know anybody, where you are like almost by yourself and you have to make friends and get to know each other. And so I think this was for me the most interesting part of the volunteering project, to see how far I can go, how much I can give from myself into this project. And yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing as well. It's so nice to see you. What are you up to now, if I may ask? And where are you?
Actually, when I came back from Cyprus, I was working, I continued working with children in a daycare. And I had a group of 20 children, or 25, and I had to drive a lot because it was quite far away from my home. So now I'm doing something completely different. I started to work in the company of my father because they left now to Bosnia, my parents, and I'm living now here and took over the company. And so I doing like completely something else now. So yeah.
Best of luck. Best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank you so much.
So this concludes what we wanted to share with you. Just to sum up, you can find information on our organization on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and am I forgetting something? Our official website. There you can see more details about our activities and about the European programs. As you've seen, we've been active in the European Solidarity Corps with volunteering activities. The traineeship and jobs branch is now ending. Maria and I were the lucky ones, I think the only two people to participate in such a project in Cyprus. So that was our MVP project, focusing on the Unity project, the volunteering partnership. You've heard from the volunteers, you've heard from members of the local community. Before we just share a few words with you about the future, is there anybody who has any questions or some comments that they would like to share?
Nobody?
Okay. We've been quite thorough. Sorry about the technical errors with the photos. I was supposed to be sharing photos with you, but I could see them, but you could not see them. I will actually, I'm going to share now in the chat a link to a documentary video that we did about the Unity project, where we have volunteers talking about their activities and their experiences. And from there, you can see other videos under our channel about other volunteering and other activities in general of Politistico. If there are no questions or comments for now, at least, I would like to pass the mic to Panagiotis Theodoru, who we hadn't introduced in the beginning, but he's a major part of all of this happening, the director of the organization and supervisor / coordinator of all these projects going on. I would like to pass the mic and let him share the future.
Thank you, Eleonora. Thank you, Maria, for the presentation, and Alexis before, and also whoever gave their testimony. Celebrating, this is the word. Celebration always has a lot of emotions in it as a word. When closing a process, I think you really go back and start thinking, where did you start from? What you went through, what you ended up with, and what I can say is, with some words like that come in my head, is One was growth, emotion, quite a lot, agony many times, especially during the pandemic. And it's something that we usually talk with Maria and Eleonora and Alexis quite often. Like, we went through a process of, like, the whole world was going through this pandemic, and everybody had their own concerns, their family concerns. And added to this, we also had the concerns for the volunteers that were around here, and also their families back home, because it was not an easy process to deal with, either the volunteers with the families or us. Anyway, I think everybody went through this. So it was a very, very strong experience. And I think we've learned a lot out of this. When starting EVS at the beginning, what I think we did not change in the whole process from the beginning until the start was this investment of personal development of volunteers, not only volunteers, but also the people that were working with the volunteers. I really feel we went through all the stages, right from the trying to mature in this context, us as hosting and coordinating projects, but also the volunteers that were going through Politistico since 2012 until 2022. So that's around 10 years of hosting volunteers in Cyprus and in projects with Politistico. And closing up this big project of Unity, which was it kind of was a natural process to get into this big project. And although it was a handful and quite a lot to deal with, I think the biggest part of it is fulfillment of what was achieved. Besides the difficulties, besides the logistical parts, besides the management part, I think it was this seeing faces like Francesco's, Ayla, and Siri, and seeing their, I would say, enlightened faces. And it is important that, like, Siri just went back less than a month ago. Francesco has been away quite a long time, and also Ayla, but still listening to their words and their enthusiasm, because it is not something that it happened yesterday. I'm very happy and enthusiastic about it, but it's something that happened some time before. I went through it, I processed it, and I still have this enthusiastic feeling. And I would close with this, because this is, I think, the message that we could give to other people that are either interested in getting involved in organizing events like this, or participating in projects like this, young people to go to this direction. We feel, well, I will talk as Panayotis now, mostly as thinking of this whole process of managing, that we really feel that we have learned a lot in the process, and we have a lot to share. Maybe one of the directions we have thought about quite a lot to go to is continue on the process of creating trainings and activities and workshops, either local or internationally, towards the direction of sharing this expertise of volunteer management, and also mentoring, which was quite a big part of this process, and the support systems towards volunteers, like inclusion support or mentoring or any kind of other support that could help their personal development, but also their inclusion within the projects and the program. So it will be fulfilling and in their advantage eventually, even if it's a difficult process. Difficult process, easy processes are things that we go through. Is how we get out of them is important, and what we gain out of this element. We're happy to announce that we've had this approved Erasmus accreditation focused on this volunteering, training and seminar process. So for the next couple of years, I think we will be going a bit deeper into this, and you will be hearing more from us concerning this topic. So thank you again, Maria. Thank you again, Eleonora and Alexis. Maybe I am the only one that knows how much you have been going through this couple of years, and of course the volunteers that you were in contact with. But I know things behind the scenes as well. So a really big thank you. It's good to have ideas, but ideas don't happen when you're alone. They happen when you have a team. And I am happy to say that we had a team. And thank you for this.
Thank you, Vanayotis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Very nice. Okay.
So, again, any questions or anybody who wants to comment, say something?
I wanted to point out one thing, because I think one of the most important things, not the most, but one of the valuable thing about ESC is creating a bond with people, is creating a network, and through a project you really connect with the people around you. It could be a volunteer, it could be a youth worker, but the people around you are really the treasure, you know. You create this bond which can last really for a lifetime, and it's something, it's also part of solidarity, you know, this connection, this unity, this feeling that you have a family across borders. So once again, I have to say thank you to the program, thank you to the organization, and to all of you. Yes.
Thank you, Maria. And so I would also like to thank, on behalf of Πολιτιστικό Εργαστήρι, the Cyprus National Agency that's been in communication with us to implement these projects, and of course, all of the partner organizations, and by that I mean all of the organizations from abroad who have sent and supported the volunteers coming to Cyprus for their projects, as well as all the members of the local community and the organizations of the local community who have graciously worked with us, collaborated with us to host the volunteers. And by that I mean, of course, the schools that work with us, or each and every one of the schools that work with us in hosting volunteers, the local communities at the villages where we hosted the project, as well as the States Department that we referred to before, the Forest Department and the Fisheries and Marine Department. And everyone we have individuals who have been helping as external partners. We have mentors. We have many people adding to all these structure for us to be able to implement the project. And we would like to thank each and every one. And a last word from me as Eleonora. I would like to thank my team, not my team, but you know, the team that I have been a part of. I'm quite proud of our team because I think if you look at the numbers and you think of the 3 years and you look at the number of activities and the number of volunteers that we have hosted in Cyprus, it's quite a big number. And if you think our team has been small, but I feel like we have been strong over every challenge and every obstacle, especially the pandemic, which was right at the beginning of this 3-year project. I'm very grateful to have had these people to work with and teach me and help me grow. And of course, the volunteers, which I've thanked every time, but since some of them are here now, I would like to thank again, because they're people of my generation who I admire for having the courage and the confidence to step out of their comfort zones, especially even after the pandemic happened, and try something new and take on these opportunities. Like Siri said before, we tend to look at things like, this is my career, so I will focus on things that will help my career. But it's not only our studies, let's say, that will enrich our lives. It's this kind of experience, getting to know other people. And I thank them a lot. I'm very grateful to have connected with each and every one of you. So this is it. You can keep following us, follow our news. We are sure we are going to collaborate with some of you in the future. We thank you for being here, for giving your time to help us reflect on our journey and present our achievements and celebrate what's been now finalized. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you for being here, and follow us and let's keep in touch. Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Bravo, bravo.